No, I'm
All right, everybody, we are here with another championship transformation. Another client, actually a former client that left us, came back, that had an amazing 6-week transformation. But I'm going to let her tell her story and her journey. What is your name?
My name is Lisa Fennick.
Awesome, Lisa. And how old are you, Lisa?
I am 47.
47. And what do you do for work, Lisa?
I work in the ironworks part of the business, so I do a lot of scheduling and do a lot of site visits and run crews for my guys.
Okay, very cool. So somewhat active, sitting sometimes, active sometimes.
I'm more active than I am sitting, like
Okay.
that's for sure. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah.
So interesting story. I know you worked out with us before in person and you stopped for a little bit with the whole thing, but you came back. But let's
Yes.
talk about that period of time that you weren't training with us. Like what was life like then? What was fitness level like? What was body like once
Okay.
you stopped working with us?
So when I did the first challenge, I started working as a welder. So it's the first challenge really prepared me for the physical work that I was about to endure. So then when I started working, COVID hit. So everything was closed down. So that was kind of where I kind of phased out. And then I just really focused on my career. So I kind of lost track of like going to the gym. But I mean, being the welder, I was up and down ladders and carrying heavy stuff. So I was still able to keep my physical fitness. Then I kind of transitioned into doing the office stuff. So I wasn't as physical, not that I'm sitting at a desk all the time, but I'm not running up and down stairs and doing that kind of thing. So I kind of noticed that the weight was kind of coming back on and that I was feeling sluggish again because I wasn't eating properly. And I thought, you know what? It worked for me the first time. It'll work for me again. So
Got it.
that was when
Oh,
I
this is
came.
awesome. So you've done the challenge twice now. So I'm gonna
That's right.
so the first time? Let's talk about the first time.
Okay.
Before starting the first time, what was the reason and what was the goal?
So before I started the first challenge, I was kind of in a point in my life where the kids really didn't need me anymore. I needed to change the way I was. I started drinking lots really because I was just sitting at home and I was bored. And I just didn't like the way that I felt. I was getting into a depression and just kind of like needed a change in my life. So I would just happen to be cruising Facebook and seeing like, hey, come and do this 6-week challenge, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I came and it really did change my whole life, like for the better, for sure.
Love it. What was results like the first time you went did this?
Oh my gosh. So the first time I did this, that was a long time ago, but I did amazing too. Pretty much like the same time as I did, like, so I lost like, and I think it was like anywhere from 12 to 15 pounds, and I lost like 6 to 7% body fat. So
Amazing.
it's kind of like the same. Like this time, I think I lost 12.4 pounds and 6.5% body fat.
Amazing. So the first time you did it, you done amazing. You lost a ton of weight. That's really good results.
Yep.
In the last few years, you focused on your career. Did you feel like you gained the weight back?
Um,
What
I
was it that?
did gain, I did gain a little bit of it back, not as much because, like I said, my job was physical, where before I was just sitting around the house. So I wasn't quite as heavy as I was the first time I did the challenge, but I did gain some weight.
Okay,
Working in the office, everybody brings in donuts and all the good stuff, and you start eating it, and yeah.
that
So
makes sense. Totally. Would you contribute it to like what was the I know things were closed during COVID, so you couldn't work out with us or anything like that, but what would you contribute it to? Would you say it was your nutrition that made you gain kind of the weight back slowly? Was it your inactivity, like intense workouts? What was it
yeah,
that
I
did?
think it was more of my nutrition because my nutrition kind of went down the hill because I wasn't meal prepping and I was eating out a lot, like working 12 hours, sometimes
Yeah.
14 hours a day. And you just grab whatever you can, right? When you got a chance. And usually it's I didn't really stick to too much fast food, but it's like, lots of shawarmas and stuff that's got a lot of fat in it.
Yeah.
It's healthy, but it's not healthy, you know?
That's true. So really nutrition took a back seat, probably a
Mhm.
little bit of fitness because you were active. But a good thing is that you did it the first time, so you probably took some habits were with you. But like, what was your life like before you did the challenge the second time? Like, you gained some of the weight back. How were you feeling? How was your body like?
So I just really wanted to get back to the gym because it's like how do I put this? Like working out, especially like because I'm a 6 a.m.er.
Yeah.
So especially working out at 6 a.m., it gives me so much energy and gives me more focus during the day. And I found that not doing the workouts, I was lacking that. Like
Yeah.
I'd hit that 3 o'clock slump. I wasn't as focused. It was just I needed to, and my body was getting tired, like I just needed to have that strength back again.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you really noticed the difference of not getting your early morning workouts. The energies just drop for you. So you talked a little bit about your results you did on the second time. 12% over 6% body fat you dropped. How is your energy levels like now?
Oh, my energy levels are way better now. Yeah. It's like I need to get back to going more, but I've had like since Christmas and I've had like I'm working on a tattoo on my arm. So it's like I gotta give it time to heal. So I'm back on and off at the gym, but I'm like, I still want to hit it again. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so I've gained a little bit of the weight back over the Christmas holidays and stuff. So I really need to get back into doing my meal preps and get back on track again. But yeah, no,
All good. So have
it's
we all. So
like
have a lot of people.
doing the that's right. So doing the 6 week challenge has really taught me too on how to eat, right? Like how to have the 5 meals a day, right? With the snacks in between, which I never really did, eating breakfast. So those and then the meal prep too. That's a really big lesson. And it's really great, just to have everything prepared for the week is
Got it.
really good. And it helps you stay on track as well.
That's right. Like, it almost like, what do you feel like that was missing before? What do you feel that was like missing before? Like, because you did the challenge the first time, but you kind of let things slide a little bit. What do you think was missing during that time frame?
Well, because I was so busy focusing on work and I was working weekends as well. So I didn't really have time to do the meal prep.
Okay.
And then that's where it started slacking. And then all of a sudden it's just like kind of fell off to the wayside, and then you get
Yeah.
back into those habits again. And it was kind of hard to get back into. But once I started the challenge again, it just like it was super easy. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. I want to take it back to the very first time that you saw us. There may have been some skepticism. Maybe, I'm not sure. When you first saw it and you're like, what is this thing? I don't know if it's going to help me get results. But what would you say to someone who was in your position, maybe feeling a little bit skeptical about the challenge, to help motivate them or inspire them to actually make the commitment?
Well, so I wasn't really a workout person before I did the challenge. Like I'm not one to go to the gym and so but it's like it's the atmosphere. Really truly it is. Like even if you're skeptical, just go and just take a couple of classes and meet the people. Everybody's like it's such a warm environment like and everybody's there to help or they're just there to talk and you can just goof around and it's just the environment is really what makes it work mostly. Yeah, for sure. And the coaches are great too by giving like if it's too hard for you, then they can start you off at a different level to work you up to where
Mhm.
you need to, so it's not like, oh, you have to do it this way or I don't know. That's kind of I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well.
For sure.
But
No, it's like it's meeting you where you are. And that's kind of what coaching is. We're not just like like one size fits all. We have to find out where you're struggling at, where you make adjustments based on you and your levels. So
yeah, yeah,
Lisa, this has been super helpful. Thank you for sharing your transformation and your second transformation.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And
and I
now I'm gonna
think
be working on my third.
yeah,
So
you're third. You're third. Well,
yeah.
it's always a work in progress, and I think people don't realize that the journey, these little check-ins are really just to look back and what was successful, what needs to make improvement, because everything changes from time to time. Your schedule changes, life changes, and you're gonna have to make adjustments. So
And then too, this challenge has kind of been like a gateway for me. You know how they say like you start something and then it just brings you on to better stuff. So now my challenge to myself now is to like power lift. So I'm
yeah,
gonna want to get into that, right? So it's kind of when I never ever thought I would get into like powerlifting or anything like that. But it's, something that, yeah, I'm going to challenge myself and start that challenge.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
One challenge leads to another, unlocks
That's
more.
right. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For
Lisa,
sure.
thank you so much for sharing your story
Okay.
with us.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.